Yo, yo. Sorry, I had to get some coffee, man. Ah, yes, we're in here. Okay, let me turn down the music, man. Holy shit. Audio's good, right, guys? Let me know, just to be sure. Why is my thing is gone? Hold on, guys. My browser went away, so I thought I might have been disconnected, but I'm still here. Okay, we good, man. We good. Holy shit. Okay, let me see. Let me go to the chat. Sorry, guys. Go to the chat and let me put on Euro USD over here. And we're gonna talk about the charts in a second. Well, I'll be live until 10 a.m. Yeah, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. should be a good time. Yeah, what up, Nox Order, Yank, Cloth Road. This one name I cannot pronounce. This name I cannot pronounce either. Gugu Trades, what up, 17 Talks, or Muja, Excalibur. Hey, it's Bran. We back, yes sir. OTE, what up, my man? Kano, what up? Sam Hock, Bwoke. How long did it take to become profitable? Well, I started in 2019 and then I traded retail style. So basically I traded support and resistance and breakout trading, which was not a good time. Then in 2021 I started with ICT, and then it took 14 months, give or take 14 months, before I had like the model the rough blueprint of the model I'm using right now, right? But yeah, in about 14 months, took 14 months. So if there are any of you guys who are just starting out and you're 6 months in and you're thinking, why am I not profitable yet? Brother, it's only six months or even 8 months. Give yourself some more time, you know, before you can execute your model with high precision, high accuracy. It takes a while, right? You need to gain the confidence, and that is done through journaling. You need to journal. Don't be lazy. Start journaling right now, right? Don't be lazy, especially if you're a new trader. Oh, shit. Okay. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Mind Fuel Unleashed. Tom Aman here. What up, my man? How are you doing today? Thanks for joining the stream. Gordon, what up? This year, road to max allocation. Godspeed. Let's fucking go. Yes, sir. Stay focused. Follow the right process. Don't over leverage, don't over trade. That's what kills your account, by the way. Like, and it should be good. If you have a working system and you keep your psychology in check, you should be good, man. Should be good. $14 or 40? 14. The 1 and the 4 months. So a year and 2 months. How's the camera, by the way? I just shaved my head as well. Am I reflecting? Should be good, right? Check myself out in the camera. Yeah, should be good. Okay. What we got over here? We got some charts over here. Okay, chat, listen. Last week, it was ass, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't find any setup. I took one trade and it was a half risk trade and I lost the trade. So last week I just won one trade and it was half risk and I lost it. So last week was not it for me. I hope you guys had a better week. But this week looks a lot better because we're finally out of that chop, right? If you look at the daily. The thing is why it was a little bit difficult for me personally, because we had big expansions inside candle. Big expansions inside candle. Inside candle, and we're still inside of this candle, and we finally took out the low of that candle, obviously. But the weekly looks a lot better right now. We had an inside bar the week prior. So taking out previous weekly high after an inside bar, that's very likely, right? That's why I was looking for higher, and actually into the fair value gap, that was what I was looking for. We didn't do it, but we have some information to work with right now because the draw looks very good. Got some acid reflux, holy shit. That's when you're pushing 34, guys, then you're done. You get all kinds of ailments, you know, like acid reflux, my knees hurt, my back hurts, you know. I need to sleep a little bit longer as well. What's that on your sleeve? I've got a wolf, 3 wolves actually, all the way up here as well. And then on the inside is a lovely lady. See it? And then inside got a crow. See it? No. Doesn't fucking matter anyway. Wolves, woman, crow. That's it. Looks maxing? No. No, then I should wear a wig, right? Kyle from South Sudan, what up? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream, dude. My dude. Let's see, the DXY. Okay, so what we got over here? Alright. We took out previous weekly low. Nice bullish closure, so we would expect an expansion phase coming, right? At least that's what I'm expecting. We're very close to the high as well. Price is pretty slow right now, guys. Be careful today because we have Powell's speech. What is the time? I think 10:30. Somebody can confirm for me. I think it's 10:30. My microphone is hanging. A little bit flaccid, but that's okay. So be careful today, right? Powell's speech in like an hour, I guess. Yeah, something like that. I would not look for lower DXY. That's something I won't be looking for because everything has been balanced already. We keep closing above down close candles as well. We are very close to the high. Wouldn't really expect this daily fair value gap to get tagged as well because we had a continuation purge beforehand, which is this one on EU. So yeah, we'll just see what it wants to do. We just ran a significant low, right? Of a very there's a lot of sell side liquidity resting below it, so you don't know if it will do another run higher before it goes lower again. We never short at a significant old low, right? This is an important low here. You don't look for shorts here. Either you get short up here, maybe even the IFEG, but once you are here, you don't look for shorts anymore, right? My microphone is going completely flaccid here. Let me fix that. Okay. Upwards, my friend. What does a tattoo cost? It was 4 sessions for €800 a session, I think. So yeah, around 3K, I guess. Yeah, something like that. No, more actually. No, yeah, around 3 or 4K or something like that. I don't know exactly. It's okay if it's only the mic. Yes. Yes. No comment. Which country am I from? I'm from the Netherlands, my dude. Do you have any advice for somebody starting your model? Yeah, I would say when you just start out, I would just go back test it first. So go back in the charts and see where they form. So you can focus on predicting them in the future, right? If you see them in the past first, you look at the details, you see how it forms, how the daily candles look like, and all that kind of stuff, right? Then you go start forward testing and journaling on demo, of course, not live money straight away. You always should do demo like 3 months with a new model. Gold and Nasdaq, please. Sir, in the title of the stream says Forex and not indices and not metals or commodities. I do not trade those. We are degenerate Forex traders. We don't trade Nasdaq or something like that. I mean, last week on Euro was kind of difficult, but I do feel for people who are actually trading this. This looks very, yeah, interesting, so to say, right? No, we are the Forex gang, man. Victor from Kenya, welcome, man. It's 10:30. Powell's speech. Okay, good to know. I will be out of the house, I think, at 10:30. No, 11. 11. Yeah, 10:45. I'm gone. I'm gonna go out to dinner. Yeah, interesting what they will do. I don't expect too much before the news. Right? They might keep it range bound for now. This is the new 4-hour candle as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So we could do like make a top wick, and this candle should still expand because technically we just closed below this low as well. We closed below the previous 4H. So I would not expect the previous 4H high to get taken out first. It could do it with the Powell speech, of course. And if it wants to go back to internal range, because we just took external, right? So it can always go from external back to internal. But I still believe we should run lower. So, yeah. You can be so funny. I try my best, man. My life is a big joke. Unfortunately. You are Tate maxing? Yeah. No. Thoughts on ECAT and GCAT? ECAT and GCAT. Okay, let's look at this this pair here. So obviously with the war, right? We had this move because Canadian dollar is highly correlated to oil prices, right? So very strong Canadian dollar in this perspective here. We are in premium right now. We do have this consolidation. Let me look at GCAT. I would say, yeah, I would say take out previous weekly high, and then it's probably gonna drop. I feel like there's too much inducement for higher. We could go for this, but yeah, I would not short right now because there's no purge, and I would not long either because we're way too high up in here. Maybe run this high. Yeah, maybe something like that. Because order flow right now is bullish, right? So if you do want to aim for this, you want to see a less compressed price action, in my opinion. Look at the daily, right? It's very hard to determine if there's an actual expansion phase coming here. Yeah. Hey Tom, I passed 2 accounts before I took a payout. Those accounts got cancelled for some reason. After I took another challenge, I failed in phase 2. Any tips? Psychology, I'm so low because I don't have 9 to 5. Okay, gotcha. Let me know what firm you got denied from so I can avoid it, first of all. Yeah, you need to go back to demo, bro. Like that's the only way. You need to go back to the drawing board and start up your journal again. Because if you lose confidence, you need time to get it back, and that's only done through executing the model without any risk on the line, right? Because if you have risk on the line, there's always a subconscious feeling that if you're losing something. Instead, if you lose, you just lose a trade without losing an actual anything, you know? So I would definitely advise go back to demo and start journaling for the next 2 months again. If you find proper setups again, then go back to your challenges, right? Probably Quantackle. Bro, I was funded with Quantackle, not anymore, but I screen recorded my MetaTrader on how price behaved in certain, during London or New York. And I swear to God, sometimes it teleported up and down 10 pips out of nowhere. It happened very rarely, but I caught it one time, and it was extremely weird. Like, let's say you are doing shorter trading and you enter with a 10 pip stop loss, and price so all of a sudden does like a fucking spike up and down in 10 pips within a second and takes you out. That's super weird, no? So yeah, I'm not a fan of that firm, so not a fan at all, man. No. Is it because your time model works best in Forex? Liquidity wise, I would say it should work on any asset, but I have only gathered the data on EU and GU. So I would say with higher probability, EU and GU is better for the model. But liquidity in the end is liquidity. So it should be able, it should work on other assets as well. But I'm not confident in that, you know? What material needs to be studied to fully grasp your model? Well, I've outlined all the, basic stuff which you need to know, but very important is market cycles, right? So study that. Dealing ranges, order pairing, let me think. Market cycle, order pairing, dealing ranges. I think those are the most important. But everybody should study ICT 2016, 2017, 12-month core mentorship. That's what everybody should study. Hi Tom, ever since I passed a challenge over a year ago, my trading has been downhill. Can you talk about the psychology change when you have live money to risk? You passed the challenge, so you did something right. Or here's the pitfall: you passed the challenge because you either over leveraged or you got lucky and you didn't really execute a model, right? So if you didn't execute a model, then the confidence will not be there. So every time you look for a setup, you will be second guessing yourself. Instead of, when I see my model form, I know I'm gonna take this. If it's a win or a loss, I will take it, because I know in a sample size of like 20, 30, maybe 100 trades, I will be on top because my edge is in favor of me, you know? SMT is also a good one to study. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Do you live in the UK? No, man. The Netherlands, man. What candle closure you want to see today before you trade tomorrow? I mean, if it just closes like it is right now, it's perfect. Like we're in an expansion phase. We are, since the closure of Thursday, we're in an expansion phase, confirmed, right? Because we are forming an actual swing high, right? So I would just expect this to keep going until we're down into the lows. I don't see a reason why we should retrace. So the daily candles should just be going down. Unless we form high resistance liquidity. Could happen, but it's also NFP week, I think. And we have Easter weekend this weekend. So Friday is bank holiday for European banks. I think the liquidity will be a lot less. So keep that in mind. If you're trading Friday, there's like Easter weekend, and the Monday as well, I think is also bank holiday. So you have a long weekend, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. You can take your days off, you know. Do you still trade with MMXM? Do you mean MMXM the person or MMXM the concept? Because yes, we're both still. We have our Discord together, you know. We live stream there, just like a live stream right now, but then in the Discord, you know. We alternate days though, so some days we're together and some days we do a solo stream, you know. GU, bro. I mean, relative equal lows, my man. This should just run lower today. Like, I would not see a reason why this would. Here's the thing with market cycles as well, right? You have 2 sessions, actual 3 maybe, prior sessions, right? You have an expansion, a retracement, another expansion. So what happens with the next session? It could do this, right? Until the time is right, and then it runs again. Or maybe a manipulation phase, but I would expect this high to be that manipulation leg, right? On the lower time frame, that's a manipulation. But yeah, if you have 2 prior sessions that both have expansion, you could have a consolidation with the next session. And we do have Powell's speech right later. So likely this is gonna go sideways until the man actually speeches, you know. Aren't you worried about the coming Powell speech? No, not really. Can I break down my loss trade? I like the question because everybody wants to see wins, but learning from your losses is way better because then you actually okay, let me break it down on a different feed. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so what we had at the start of the week, right, the Monday, that we had a massive expansion. This is what I've journaled a lot, right? When you have a big expansion the previous day and there's a fair value gap be left behind, right? If there's a balanced price range above it, you look for a liquidity sweep and an IFEG afterwards, and you can find a winning setup with higher probability. And this is what you gotta understand, right? Even if every box ticks off that is a high probability setup, doesn't mean it's gonna work out, right? That's the probability part, which a lot of traders just forget about. Right, so this is the balance range, right? From wick to wick, engulfing the entire candle, right? So price is moving inside of this balance range, right? What I was looking for with Tuesday coming up, Tuesday in it, there we have midnight opening price, right? So we had a run on the lows. It was down here on EU, I think, or GU took the low. No, yeah, this low got taken out. After midnight opening, it ran the low. GU did not run the low, and then we had an IFEG formed here, right? Because we closed above it, right? So the sequence was purge. We expect this gap to stay open. If we go to the 15, right after the run, we had a short-term low engineered here, right? So if I have the 1 hour to 15-minute sequence, which is a 15-minute low run into a 1 hour key level, right? That's the buy setup I would take. Unfortunately, it just chopped around the entire day and slowly went lower. Then it ran up again. So I would have been break even if this happened in this scenario here. I would have been break even already. But yeah, it chopped around and it was half risk because still, even though there's a balanced range in the entire above the gap, and see how the gap never got touched the day after either. I think only like 2 days later it got touched. Yeah. So yeah, for the rest of the week I just sat on my hand, man. Like that was basically the setup. So hopefully that's an insightful, right? Those losses are part of the game and you need to study them and see what you did wrong. And in my opinion, I did nothing wrong because price action was wrong, right? That's the case in my trade there. No, but it was kind of fucked up here because I wanted to see this high run into the fair value gap and we had a lot of chop, right? Because of the war situation. But it's clearing up right now, so we should be better. We should be better off this week, right? As long as you keep your downsides to a minimum, you should be good in the long run. And this looks pretty nice. I think we should just see an expansion phase in the next like couple of 50-minute candles. Bodies are still not closing above here as well, which is nice to see. If it started to close above this gap, it probably would have ran this high again, but you see the bodies are neatly respecting this fair value gap here. What's the reason you didn't short London today? Who says I didn't short London today? I wasn't wrong, price was wrong. Yes, exactly. Never blame yourself. Always blame other people, right? That's how you progress. Damn it, man. All these other people are messing up my trading, you know? When I go to social media, fuck those people, man. Never point at yourself, right? Self-improvement is non-existent. You didn't get filled in London shorts. It's okay. We move on to journal, on to the next. Yes, sir. There's always a new setup. So are you currently in a trade on EU? Yes, I'm in a short. In London, I took it. Was it in London? Yes. IFEG. That's 6 a.m. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see your London short. I mean, IFEG here. I was kinda impatient because I should have waited for the run. But I just took this. Like this. And I'm aiming for the low. So something like this. There's no hindsight, obviously. We find this. Can I put this on the screen? There you go. There, waiting for the IFEG to form after we bottom out here, right? There you go. Run on the high, IFEG. Run on the high, IFEG. There you go. When will the simulation be? I skipped this week, guys. Sorry about that. But I replaced it with the live stream. Hopefully you guys don't mind. I thought maybe you guys wanted to see some market outlook as well. What's that I circled? That's a continuation purge on the 4-hour time frame. Right? See this wick all the way into this high and then a big rejection before the market open. Right? This was on Friday. Where would the stop loss be? You should put it above imbalances. So if there's a big imbalance here, you should just put it above the candle. If we are exceeding this candle, after we already closed below this balance range, why would we go all the way back here, right? We shouldn't. That's why. Especially not now, because we have this another purge and another displacement with a FEG here. So we should not go here anymore as well, right? What about SMT with DXY? That's what makes me not sure about shorting EU now. Do you mean on the lows? Because the EU took out this low and DXY did not do that? Is that the SMT you're referring to? This is Monday, 23 March. I mean, that's this high. But the draw is on his highs. You don't look for SMT on highs when order flow is bullish. So just ignore that. You only focus on SMT on the highs when you're looking for lower. And vice versa for higher. Thank you for the short trade breakdown. You are welcome, Woke. Will you hold through Powell's speech? Yeah, of course. I'm sitting at break even right now, so I don't expect the Powell speech to be like very super volatile. I think he's speaking at some sort of university or something. It's not going to be like an FOMC speech, you know? Can you explain the logic behind the continuation purge? I mean, the logic is price wants to continue down, so it grabs liquidity on an obvious high and then pushes price down again to order pair it on the lows. That is the logic, right? Look, if you look at this, bunch of motherfuckers are in shorts here. Maybe even they took shorts here and they put a stop loss on this high, right? Price violates and molests everybody, take their stop losses, and then it runs back to the lows, right? That's a continuation purge. So just think about it. It's a spooky man who's violating everybody, and then he runs away to the other side. How was your Q1? It ended up good. I would say I could have done a lot better. My March was slightly in the red. January was really good. February was a little bit above break even. So in the end, the first quarter was profitable, but yeah, it was not what I was. February, March was not what I was expecting, you know. But January was really good. So that ended up saving quarter one for me, and now we'll see what quarter two will do. I think we'll have a good quarter two. If I look at what the price is doing right now, we cannot complain, right? At least the start of this weekly candle. And we're just beautifully running lower. While I check my phone for 1 second. One moment. Okay, gotcha. Sorry if I miss some of you guys' messages. I'm trying to read everything. Okay? I'm trying to read everything. The best I can. I set out to monthly close and multiple expansion days. I mean, fair enough. Yeah. What was your key level for London short? The 1 hour IFEG? Because no way it's gonna go back all the way up here. The IFEG is solid in that occasion. Because you're in an expansion phase. This is what you gotta understand. If you struggle with price not coming back to premium, right? Because it didn't. Why didn't it come back to premium? Who knows? If you know why price did not come back to premium, you are well ahead of everybody else here. Let's see who gets it. Let's see who gets it. If you have the right answer, you win a cookie. Because of the IFG? Yeah, obviously because of the IFG, but why is the IFG? Why is it holding? And why isn't it running higher? Market cycles? Ducati trader, explain. Because market cycle is correct, but why and how? There's an engineered high that got order pair. That is correct as well. Key level was at discount. I mean, that doesn't matter because it could have still run to premium. Westerly 06. When price is in an expansion, it doesn't necessarily need to come back to discount of the range. That is exactly, right? That's exactly why. And the thing is, it's alignment of time frames for our expansion phase, right? Which causes a shallow retracement on the time frame below it, or a purge, because that 4-hour candle does not need to go all the way back to premium. So you align the market cycles of 2 time frames, and then you'll know if there's a key level or an IFG specifically, it's very unlikely to come back to premium. That's it. That's it. But a lot of you guys had the right idea though. Like, but it is, yeah, that's the reason. Small 4-hour wick means shallow retrace? No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. It's about the cycle, the market cycle. Because this is from this candle on, this 1 a.m. 4-hour candle, once it closed, is a confirmed expansion phase because we're closing below the previous candle's low, right? Next 4H candle is going to retrace slightly and then continue. Why does this 4-hour candle need to go all the way up here in this motherfucker here? There's no reason, right? Because if it's in an expansion phase, there will be a shallow retracement, taking out short-term lows and then continue. Now, what short-term lows got to run? Wow, all these engineered lows they had in this consolidation phase, they purged it with a new 4-hour candle, and then they ran it. It's fucking signature every time. Hallelujah! Why is Euro GBP pumping up? Oh my god. You know, we gotta talk about that. Because Euro GBP, I feel like this asset needs to be deleted from Forex, right? This asset sucks. Because this is the only asset that always does the inverse of what I think it will do. Always. I hate this asset so much. But it's okay. DXY should just pump up, right? Like I explained earlier. And yeah, it's doing it right now. So yeah. Pretty good. Are we winning, son? Yes, we are. We are winning today. Joy Matar, I know your name. I know your name from back on the day. I think you were in my Discord, right? In 2022, 2023? Pretty sure you were. Welcome to the stream, my dude. Check out Nasdaq. Listen, it says in the title, Forex trading with the OTE trader, not Nasdaq trading, not commodity trading, not synthetic fucking index, whatever, no options trading. It's Forex trading. Forex. I'm not looking at Nasdaq. Fucking Nasdaq. We are Euro USD traders here, okay? Let me map out this low. We get it, you hate Nasdaq? I don't want to trade that shit. I don't want to. No. Can we look at lean hawks? I mean, lean hawks, that's obviously that's an exemption, right? Lean hawks is something we can trade. Always follow you silently? Well, that's good to hear, man. Joy. It gives me joy. Would you short tomorrow if we get time frame alignment model? Yeah, of course. If there's a time frame alignment model sequence, I take it. But if I look at it right now, the only way we get a sequence is, let me see. What it needs to do is stop just before the low, form a short-term high, run into a key level, and then we drop. Oops. This is the only way, because right now there's no sequence here. So if it leaves a fair value gap like this, and it forms 50-minute highs, preferably during Asia session, then yes. Could we get a 4-hour sequence? I don't think so. It depends on the 15 and the 1 hour here. We'll see what they do. We'll see. What's your thinking when DXY hit target, obviously before EU? Well, there's a lot of room to go higher on DXY, so I would say EU would be a lacking asset and it will follow. And the moment, this is the thing what I'm expecting, right? These lows, for example, right? Let's say these lows are not taken out and we are down here and DXY takes out the high. What we're gonna see probably is DXY is gonna be all the way up here, right? The moment we run this low, that's the moment when we see DXY retrace back. I think that's the case. Ah, yes. We love being in an expansion for finding some good fucking price action. Can we have this for the next week? And the week after, and that week after, and that week after as well? Are we in a trade already? I don't know about we, but I know about me. But I'm already in London, so... What's my final TP? Arun. This low would be a nice area. I think it goes all the way down here and even down here, but for today, this low is a nice target. Tom, your brain is wired differently. I've been doing this 6 years nearly, and I'm only just making a slight profit. And I'm part Dutch too. What's wrong with me? I don't know what's wrong with you, but I think what sets me apart from people who are even break even or slightly profitable or unprofitable is because I journal. I mean, I don't journal as much anymore, but when I started out, I journaled like an insane person, and I went and looked at the charts every single day, journaled every single daily candle, trying to predict every single daily candle with arguments. Why should we go higher? Why should we go lower? Where should price close? What should happen if price closes over here? And what should happen if price closes over there? Right? I journaled that every fucking day. And it's just how much work you put in. Maybe that's the difference. Can we have a live stream every Monday? No, sir. Sorry about that. I live stream when I feel like it, and if you want to see me live stream, you have to join my Discord, obviously. And I'm not saying join my Discord, but right, if you want to join live streams, that's where I live stream. And once in a while, I'll come on YouTube and catch up with you guys. You know, that's it. And we have about 12 more minutes before I head off. Then I gotta do some shit. Let's look at Nasdaq. Okay, that was it. Let's go back to Euro. How can I join your Discord? There should be in the description, there should be a link. If I'm not mistaken, let me check if I actually put it there. I think so. Yeah, it's in the it's in the link in the description. And also, if you're new to the live stream, of course, make sure to hit the like button, guys, and more people can just see what I did in this stream with the explanations about the ranges, about the continuation purchase, about the market cycles. I think it's very insightful for some newer traders. So make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, of course, if you don't want to miss any content, because you're going to miss content if you don't subscribe, right? And also, if you don't subscribe, it's going to take a lot longer to be profitable, right? Can you show higher time frame buys? You mean on Euro, or what do you mean, Minister? Because you should focus on this low this week, down here, yeah? Focus on that low, because we're in an expansion phase on the daily. If we don't hit it today, tomorrow is going to be another bearish candle probably, right? So make sure to focus on that and don't look for buys. Does your shirt say KSI? I never knew you was a mega fan of the site, man. No, it does not say KSI. It's... Okay, hold on. I think it actually says SS, which is kind of weird, but it's Sick Silk. So that's the name of the brand is Sick Silk. But thank God it's not two fucking lightning bolts, you know? So it's Sick Silk, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it says it on the sleeve. Sick Silk. Yeah, you don't want to have SS on your chest. That's not it's not what we want to have here. I would put EU here, you know, that's, or maybe DXY. Please gold. Once again, I ask for everybody's attention. Read the title where it says Forex and not commodities. It doesn't say indices trading. It doesn't say fucking commodity trading. It says Forex, right? Forex. So, not looking at Nasdaq. I'm not looking at fucking commodities. Looking at Forex for the last fucking time. You guys have me acting up. I'm gonna get very aggressive soon. Okay. Any discounts running for the Discord anytime soon? I'll talk about it with MMXM. I guess we could throw in one. We don't really do those. Isn't there some holiday coming up or something? Easter, Easter discount. Maybe we could do that. Yeah. But if you wanna know if there's an actual discount, make sure to go into the free Discord, and we'll announce that if there is an actual discount. You know, but we typically don't do those. We don't feel like we need to do those. Okay, look at orange juice. Yeah. Yes, orange juice. Orange. Oh, juice, not juice. I see longs on orange juice. Looks good. Yeah, we're not looking at commodities. We're looking at euro being magnificent into an expansion phase lower. No pullback on expansion phase. Depends on the time frame. You can have a 1 hour expansion phase, and then within that 1 hour time frame, you could have a 15-minute pullback or a 5-minute pullback. If you're in a 4 hour expansion phase, you could have a 1 hour pullback or 30-minute pullback, right? Depends on time frame alignment, right? Why can I not see how many people are in the stream? Oh, there we go. 144. There we go. Okay, 5 more minutes, guys, and then I have to head out. You should do an Easter stream where you decorate your head and give a discount. So you mean I should paint my head like an egg, right, for the Easter bunny, and then bury myself in my garden, right, and then wait till somebody digs me up? Is that what you're saying? Because that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you right now, right? That's not gonna happen. Right? I could put on a green wig, you know, I could bury myself in the garden and pretend I'm a carrot. But that is not productive, you know? That's not productive. MMXM will dig you out? Yeah, probably. What's your advice for a break-even trader? If you're not journaling, that's advice number 1. And I mean, it's so hard to give advice on. I don't know why you're break even. That's very hard for me to you know, to determine or give advice. 1 hour entry session and kill zone doesn't matter. You said okay, but for 15 and 5-minute entry, you should always wait for session liquidity sweeps. Yes, ideally, yes. If you use a 1 hour range stop loss, you don't need a kill zone. The winner of the hunt gets a free Discord membership. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Whoever can find me, I will bury myself somewhere in Amsterdam, and whoever can find me in a garden somewhere, you win a free discount. Yeah. Free Discord access. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna head out, guys. Thank you for joining. Hopefully you guys found this session insightful. There were a lot of little tricks, educational tricks. Make sure to hit the like button. For fuck's sake, do that. And subscribe, because you want to be profitable. So you can't blame me if you don't subscribe. You're just not gonna get profitable, you know. So make sure to look for shorts only, in my opinion, on EU until we hit the sell side. And yeah, I wish you guys all a great day, and speak whenever, you know. All right, take care. Where the fuck is the button? There we go. Bye. Like and subscribe. Yo, you didn't click the like button, man. Hit the subscribe button. Come on.